Welcome back to Redford Arena, where we have the most exciting night in volleyball here in the state of Illinois. We have the second of two matches for you tonight, the AA championship match featuring the Mighty Macs of Mother McAuley and Crystal Lake South and the Gators. Both teams have been here before, and they are very balanced teams. We talked to the coach earlier this year, Coach Nancy Peterson, and she talked about what it's like to come back with 10 chances for the state championship. She has 9. She'd like to put 10 in her pocket. How do you keep that kind of team motivated?
The main things we try to do is get the girls to just relax. We play some games. We went on a scavenger hunt. I think that's the main goal of the coaches, is to just get them to come relax and play their game. And I think in preparation, that's what I'll be telling them. Concentrate on your own game. Focus on your own skill. They all have very good skills, and hopefully they can display those, and we'll be just fine.
One of the top players in the country plays for the Mighty Macs, Ryan Connors. Bonnie?
Well, Ryan Connors is probably one of the premier volleyball players in the entire country. She was the Chicago Sun-Times Player of the Year. She has received almost every award, including being one of the leaders of this team. She's got 246 kills for the season so far. She has been a dominating player in the state, in this state tournament, mind you, on a team of dominating players. So she's been a very, very huge force on this team, and it's exciting to watch her play.
Their setter is going to be a first-year starter. Allison Fraser has really come along and done a terrific job for the Mighty Macs, and she's going to quarterback this team. For the Crystal Lake South Gators, Coach Pete Contra, they have beaten the Mighty Macs, not this year, but they know it can be done, and we talked to them about it earlier.
2 tournaments with them this year, and we hope to have played them in those tournaments. We didn't quite get to the championship game, but it's our goal all year was to play Mother McAuley in the championship. 4 years ago, the only other time we played them in a state tournament was in the semifinals in 1991. We beat them 15-8, 15-6, and nobody thought we could beat them then either. They were ranked, I think, 6th nationally. So I think the kids believe.
Well, there are 2 players that will be key. Michelle Paul, the setter, and Liz Free, one of their hitters.
Well, Michelle Paul is going to be key to this as she watches plays develop and she's able to get one-on-one situation for Freeze. She herself has had 65 kills, 38 service aces, so she's a force in and of herself. So she is certainly somebody to watch. Very, very skillful player. You want to watch Liz Freeze, who will be the person she's setting to. 211 kills so far, certainly not the only person who can hit on that team. Both teams very, very well balanced. We are in for some fireworks and a great state final.
You're going to see some of the top volleyball played anywhere in the United States right here at Redford Arena at the Illinois High School Association AA Championship. So don't go away. We'll be right back with the starting lineups. And now let's go to PA announcer Julie Bolts for the starting lineups.
Now let's meet the 2 teams who will compete in this 1995 Class AA State Championship volleyball match. For the home team, the Gators of Crystal Lake South, who enter the match with a record of 38 wins and 4 losses. Please meet Coach Pete Contra. Coach Contra has a career record of 343 wins, 84 losses, and 13 ties, for a career of 12 years. For the visiting team, the Mighty Macs of Chicago, Mother McAuley, who enter the match with a record of 41 wins and 1 loss. Please meet Coach Nancy Peterson. Coach Peterson has a career record of 464 wins, 53 losses, for a career of 13 years. And now let's meet the players. For Crystal Lake South, number 2, Jody St. Joseph. For Chicago, Mother McAuley, number 1, Katie O'Keefe. For the Gators, number 3, Missy Blundy. For the Mighty Macs, number 11, Nicole Kaser. For Crystal Lake South, number 4, Chelsea Bouchard. For Mother McAuley, number 12, Brittany Nelson. For Crystal Lake South, number 7, Sarah Brink. For the Mighty Macs, number 14, Katie Pliscott. For Crystal Lake South, number 8, Stacy Barnett. For Mother McAuley, number 15, Amy Brasher. For Crystal Lake South, number 9, Jill Campione. For Mother McAuley, number 16, Kim Prohaska. For the Gators, number 10, Carlin Johnson. For the Mighty Macs, number 17, Mary O'Connor. For Crystal Lake South, number 14, Mamie Perkins. For Mother McAuley, number 18, Christine Schisler. For the Gators, number 19, Amber Clarkson. And for the Mighty Macs, number 19, Devin Cahill. And now for the starting lineups. For Crystal Lake South, in right back, a 5'4" junior, number 13, Michelle Paul. For Mother McAuley, in right back, a 5'6" senior, number 2, Kathleen Fitzpatrick. Starting in right front for the Gators, a 5'9" senior, number 12, Jamie Johnson. In right front for the Mighty Macs, a 6' senior, number 6, Ryan Connors. In center front for Crystal Lake South, a 5'11" junior, number 17, Gretchen Young. Starting in center front for Mother McAuley, a 5'8" senior, number 9, Allison Fraser. In left front for the Gators, a 6' senior, number 20, Liz Freeze. In left front for the Mighty Macs, a 6'1" junior, number 10, Katie Schumacher. In left back for Crystal Lake South, a 5'9" junior, number 18, Monica King. In left back for the Mighty Macs, a 5'6" junior, number 8, Renee Nash. And for Crystal Lake South, in center back, a 5'3" senior, number 5, Nicole Halverson. And for Chicago Mother McAuley, in center back, a 5'11" junior, number 3, Nancy Bell.
There you see the excitement that's building, and we're getting ready for it, so don't go away, stay tuned. We'll be right back with AA Championship Volleyball. There's the starting lineup for the Gators of Crystal Lake South, and Coach Pete Contro sporting a record of 38-4. And they'll challenge the Mighty Macs of Mother McAuley and Coach Nancy Peterson, 41-1 this year and trying for their 10th straight title. And she says they each get harder.
Well, she does, and she said every year they get down here, there's more to do. It becomes more difficult. It's a lot of pressure, and you know, a lot of us just think, oh well, McAuley's down here again, yeah, ho hum, they just go after it, and it's not that way at all. The pressure is intense, the preparation is very difficult, and they are obviously the people to go after.
And every team has to prove itself, and starting right now in this match, because it all starts anew, is Kathleen Fitzpatrick, the 5'6" senior, to start us off. And out of bounds, a little adrenaline sends it long, and we'll go side out to the Gators.
You know, and for one thing, to prove that, McAuley's had a little bit of trouble settling down in their semifinal match. They got called twice for being overlapping. So not kind of mistakes you would figure McAuley to make if they're human.
There's your first look at Ryan Connors coming out of the middle this time.
Going to see a lot of Ryan Connors. She is somebody who makes herself known both on her team and team they're playing against.
She has such a quick launch.
She does indeed.
Down the line by Liz Freeze, called out of bounds. Joni Fessel, one of our lines people tonight, calls it out, and that is point Mother McAuley. They go on the board first.
Joni Fessel, actually one of the people that Ola Bundy was talking about, is a player down here and has returned to officiate. She's a great official, as a matter of fact.
Jamie Johnson hit out of bounds. Side out. So only a 1-point deficit as Jamie Johnson goes back to serve. Back row attack to Fitzpatrick. Locked and down.
Great block by Gretchen Young.
You see the smile on the face of Gretchen Young, and we're tied up, one apiece. Outside and blocked. Oh, nice play.
Very nice play. And Crystal Lake, you know, you look at the expressions on their face out there, they're loose, they're having a good time. And why wouldn't they? They've thrown a couple of great blocks, had a couple of good hits.
Well, that one comes down by number 10, Katie Schumacher. But I'll tell you what,
nice
you
block.
are exactly right. They don't look, they are not in the least bit intimidated. They know what it's like to play at this level. They've been here before, and they aim to show that they are not going to make this easy.
No, this is fun stuff.
And one of their best skills is serving, and they've shown you why just early in this match. Ryan Connors, deep from out of the court. One of McAuley's assets we don't talk about too much is their wonderful defense. They don't have a weak link.
They really don't. There's Monica King getting through and not finding a weak link, but a blank spot there. Temporary opening in the net. McAuley really doesn't have a weak link, and in one of the matches that they played down here, one of the teams, Downers Grove South, as a matter of fact, that played against him, tried to pick on Ryan Connors. And when Ryan Connors is the person that you need to pick on, you know that you are up against a formidable opponent.
Really, pick on the All-American.
Well, it was.
And that hit down by Monica King. It's kind of an unsung hero. She's been said to be one of the most improved players on the squad, and one of the main reasons they're here.
Well, Crystal Lake is just surging ahead. I mean, they're having fun.
And they lead 3-1. That ball never went over. The referee, Dana Boyer, says 4 hits, as the crowd from Crystal Lake heartily approves of that decision, and it is 4-1 Gators.
Mamie Perkins and Monica King are really making themselves known. A great serve.
Back row to Connors, nicely dug. Blocked, but just out of bounds, but they were there.
That's right, you know, and that will keep the McAuley hitters thinking all the time. Because some of their blocks have been, most of their blocks right now have been very successful, and even if they're there as a presence, you know, then you always have to think, where are they? Where are we going to hit around? Are we going to hit through them? Are we going to beat them over there? So that's going to be something that Allison Fraser, the setter, has to worry about and think about and work with all the time.
As Schumacher goes back to serve, entering the lineup for the Mighty Macs was Christine Schisler and Judy St. Joseph for the Gators of Crystal Lake South. Outside to King, blocked nicely by Nancy Bell.
Because Monica King hit and the block was right there. Back at you, baby.
Schumacher with the ace.
Oh, ace service. Beautiful serve. Jump serve just caught the end line.
She's 6'1" to begin with, so.
Look at the form here. Nice high extension contact. And that ball just rolled out to the backcourt and dropped.
Nice tip dug up by Schumacher coming out of the serve. Beautiful effort by Nancy Bell. Unfortunately, not quite able to save it back inside out. Katie Schumacher, who we were just talking about, has plenty of state tournament experience, not only in volleyball, but also she's the starting center on their basketball team who's been downstate.
Well, at 6'1", she can do anything for tall people.
I'd let her do anything she wanted to do.
I would guess so. She's a great athlete.
Yes, she is. Just a junior. That's served up by Liz Fries, who's now moved to back row. Dug up beautifully by number 12, Jamie Johnson. Now to Bell. The left-handed hit finds a hole. Side out. Coming into the lineup for the Gators, number 19. That's going to be Amber Clarkson, and she will replace number 20, Liz Fries.
And Renee Nash is serving, and this is worth watching because she is the only person that we see putting a side spin on the ball. And it is an extremely effective serve.
Boy, it backfired that time.
Backfired that time.
She has given Team Spitz all tournament with that sidearm roundhouse that spins. It was a great shot by our camera
It was wonderful.
people because you could see the rotation on the ball. It's like a knuckleball.
It is, and you know, you see that again, and the ball was just dug up very well, and they didn't expect to have it back that soon. But we see players serving floaters, we see players serving topspin balls, but not side spin. Whoa! That was Michelle Paul over there with a single block, and it kind of got her hands on it and knocked her backwards.
Re-entering will be Monica King, and back to serve Nancy Bell. The Mighty Macs down right now just by one, 3 serving 4. Outside to Johnson. Didn't take Crystal Lake by surprise, but they turned the tables on the Mighty Macs on that one.
They did. Michelle Paul just dumped the ball right over into an opening, and it was nice and flat, very low. Didn't give McAuley a chance to react to it.
You see Barb Maui entering Gretchen Young and Nicole Halverson. So far, it's been a couple of heavyweights feeling each other out. Take this. Now you take this. Here comes Connors on the outside. Dinks dug up beautifully.
Oh, beautiful play. Amber Clarkson just shooting the ball into the backcourt. Nice off.
Oh, what effort.
It was a nice off-speed roll shot by Ryan Connor, and then a great effort. See her go up in the air and then just roll the ball up over the block, and a great diving effort on the part of Crystal Lake.
Coming back in, Kathleen Fitzpatrick back to serve, and Katie Schumacher into the front row. We've been deadlocked at 4-3. Crystal Lake in front for quite a while. Outside to Connors. Off-speed hit comes off the block. Point, Mother McAuley, and we are all tied up.
See, Ryan Connors just makes this look very, very easy. Both shots being very effective. Neither one of them hard, but both of them just the right strategy.
Frazier to Schumacher, out of bounds. That Schumacher talking about it. We have a substitution in Crystal Lake. Those of you watching on the near side is Crystal Lake South in the white shirts, and in the all black are the Mighty Macs of Mother McAuley on the far side. Right now you're looking at Crystal Lake South. This is game 1, and that's Liz Freeze, who we highlighted earlier, the hitter. Ryan Connors in the back row, but stopped.
Absolutely. Gretchen Young and Liz Freeze right there for Ryan Connors, and that was about the first time that Ryan has hit the ball hard. She really let that one go, and the blockers were right there, right back at her.
Michelle Paul to serve. And that is
service.
Now, it doesn't look like there's anything special going on with the ball, but everyone has, all the coaches, anyone talking in the tournament has said that by far they're the best serving team in the tournament.
Right, and that's something that they have counted on, and they've really gone out to do.
Well, one thing they haven't done is have service errors. They keep it in the court. Make the other team make a mistake. Ryan Connors, whoa, shows that what she can do.
That one coming right back at the ball, hitting the ball hard. She was one-on-one with the blocker and just put the ball down.
And she'll go back to serve. Nice dig. Schumacher with a diving attempt to keep it alive, but
and I am just absolutely so proud of Crystal Lake. They are throwing a block that is like a brick wall up there, and they are doing a very, very nice job of not letting McAuley get away with anything.
And every time they do hit it, there's somebody picking up. The balls are not hitting the floor, and more often than not, they're being passed very, very well by the Gators. Allison Fraser, the setter, back to serve, the senior. The off-speed hit by Gretchen Young finds a hole inside out. As tight as this game's going, Bonnie, depth on these teams may really be a factor because we've had a lot of rotations with no points scored.
We have, and we've had a lot of substitution. The score is 6-4 in favor of the Gators, and that is always a coach's nightmare. And talking with Nancy Peterson from McAuley, even Nancy said that,
Nancy Bell,
that their team is very deep, but it is not so deep that they can afford to substitute over and over and over and over again. They cannot replace positions 2 and 3 times.
well, that may be the best thing that Crystal Lake South can do. You know, put them in a rotation they don't want to be in. There's
Exactly.
Coach Nancy Peterson, who Bonnie was talking about, and who you saw earlier commenting about what it's like to go for a 10th straight championship. There are the statistics right now. They are in favor of McAuley, but the score isn't. Schumacher on the jump serve, out of bounds.
Again, Ann, as you pointed out, Crystal Lake really has not made very many service errors the tournament through. McAuley has had their share of service errors, as has almost every other team here. Again, we talked about if you're going to serve tough, then you have a higher percentage of serving errors. Both teams playing well in transition right now.
Longest rally of the match so far. Outside to King and blocked out of bounds. So that long rally, which is often a momentum starter, goes in favor of Crystal Lake South.
You know, you always have the philosophy as a coach, if you can force the other team to play long enough, you're bound to cause them to make an error.
Oh, nice hit.
Now, Monica King has been really very, very effective out there, hitting line, and Ryan Connors digging the ball out of bounds.
Well, Crystal Lake South has created a timeout for Nancy Peterson as you see a happy bunch of Gators in the huddle. We'll be back to see what they're going to do right after this. There are the Gators back on the court. They couldn't wait to get back out of that timeout because they are ready to show that they are here to win the state championship. And Pete Conter's got them believing that's exactly what they're going to do.
Well, you know, he's going to believe they're going to win. And if you take a look at their fans are incredible.
Little difficulty there, but only a little glitch at the moment. Substitution coming in for the Gators, number 19, re-entering Amber Clarkson.
And here's Renee Nash again. We'll see what she can do this time. She watches, she sets up. If we get a chance to see her again, her body is absolutely at right angles to the court, and that's what allows her to come across the ball and put the side spin on it.
Nicely passed. Nancy Bell with causing the error. Point, Mighty Macs. They have been slow starting in many of their matches, so this is not unusual.
No, not at all.
But credit Crystal Lake South for why. Tough pass out of bounds, and McAuley with 2 quick points. Down only by 2. This again, as you look at the fans, this is game 1, AA championship match. Defending champ Mother McAuley, and a team that has all the hardware except the championship trophy, the Gators of Crystal Lake South. Outside to King, tipped out of bounds. She has been deadly on the outside tonight, Bonnie.
She really has. She's been very productive, either causing side out or scoring points off of what she's doing over there. Hitting off the block, hitting deep into the court, and pretty much staying with a line shot, and it's been very effective for her.
Stacey Barnett back to serve.
Right now, as you look at the McAuley blockers, they are setting up to block her cross court and leaving her open.
Another big block.
Had Jamie Johnson that time and Mamie Perkins.
Nice dig.
Nice. Good try to save. The ball was set a little far outside that time. Difficult to hit it from there.
There's some emotion. I'm not sure it's concern or just concentration. Their motto this year is taking care of business, so they have not been real emotional up or down all year long. Just do your job and business will take care of itself. Big block on the outside.
The ball gets called for a push. Mamie Perkins is just working the front row very, very well. She goes over for a slide and back to the center and then back in, block the middle, and just gets a touch on the ball. See her block there, and then the next thing will happen, the ball gets set back up and she's looking at the ball there. And there was an illegal hit.
Re-entering the lineup and back to serve, Nicole Halverson. They're up 9-6, so the Gators in the near court, dressed in white. Dug up nicely by Monica King. There's the Ryan Connors with the All-American swing.
That's the Ryan Connors that was the Chicago Sun-Times Player of the Year. And she had a beautiful opportunity. Great set delivered by Allison Fraser, and
Kathleen Fitzpatrick comes back in to serve. It's 9-6. The Gators of Crystal Lake South, and a ton of rotations. We're going to be deep into the bench in this game before this one's over, if it keeps up this way. Double block, around it goes. Jamie Johnson, side out.
Now again, the Gators continue play off the left side and go down the line with the ball. And McAuley has not yet blocked. They're still blocking angle and leaving the alleyway open back there, and they're not doing a great job of defensing.
It's a case of take what they give you, and that's exactly what Crystal Lake South is taking. The line. Slammed down by Freeze.
Liz Freeze, and coming in very flat and very fast on the ball, and she really almost shoved the ball past the blockers.
Crystal Lake South with the first double figures of the night. They lead 10-6. Shoemaker out of bounds.
And that's what we've been talking about. Crystal Lake blockers have been up there, and they are a force. Now they're causing the McAuley hitters to look at the ball and wonder, you know, what do I have to do to get by them?
Well, they tried, of course, going into the block earlier, thinking that Powell would overcompensate for it, but because it's been so successful, block, like you say, now somebody as tall as Shoemaker can try to go over it, and she's not getting enough rotation on the ball to do it. It's going out of bounds, so really impressive. Let's look at the last point. Paul with the serve. Jump set to Shoemaker, and you see the block being thrown up.
Right, you see the blocker's arms up there, and you know that Shoemaker has to look at where the block is. Now Nancy Peterson's making some adjustments, and I'll tell you what, this lady is one very, very smart volleyball technician. And she will make the adjustments that are necessary on the court, and who knows if they will be the ones that will be able to pull this out from McAuley, but you better know that she knows what's happening out there.
Well, she talked earlier about good teams have to make many different adjustments, and then they have to have the players that can carry them out and execute them. She has both.
Yes, she does.
And there's one of them right now, Katie Shoemaker. With a big block in the middle, sounds like boos, but they're saying shoo.
Shoo, shoo.
Illegal hit, one of the very few serve receive errors that have been on either team tonight. Point, Mighty Max. Trying to go down the line, a little too tight, net service, side out. And Jamie Johnson, the 5'9" senior, back to serve. Oh, beautiful play at the
Again, Monica King out there on the side, hit him first. They block her back, and then she comes back with a soft shot. So first was a big shot, and then she's got the blockers there and just pushes to the outside.
That ball was so softly hit.
It was Katie Schumacher coming right back at you with the same stuff. So how do you like that?
A little bit of the off-speed stuff, and back is setter Allison Fraser. She who never wants practice to be over. Nice play. 17, Gretchen Young, who will go back to serve as Pete Contra sends in number 14, Mamie Perkins, in the lineup.
And one of the really interesting things tonight on the parts of both teams, you see this really soft shot again, and neither team is trying to overpower the other team. Neither team is trying to outdink the other team, and very often we see teams respond with a series of like kinds of shots, and this is not what's happening out here at all. And we see McAuley come back with a hard shot. And so we're really looking for these teams keep changing up the pace all the time so they don't let the defense get set into any one pattern. They're not sitting back there digging hard balls. They're not pulled up tight just to get the soft shots. And it's really stretching both teams to show really the skills, the great volleyball skills that they both have.
Katie Schumacher on the jump serve. On a hit by Renee Nash, point Mother McAuley. Crystal Lake South with the lead there, 12-8, but the Mighty Macs serving. Dug out. And back to Liz Freeze, who knows exactly what to do with it.
She sure did. She had a margin of error of about 0.3 centimeters between the blocker's hands and the net antenna, and she took advantage of it.
I've been watching her since she came out for introduction. She is one fired up young lady she is just having a great time on the greatest night of her life.
She is grinning ear to ear.
Oh,
look at that. You know, and so many times I think young competitors in particular, but any competitors, get into a situation where they're playing against a team, you see them working against one another. Look at the effort there. You know, an illegal hit, but by gosh, that ball went over the net. You know, and they look like they're coming up against a team that, you know, they can't possibly beat, and they're beaten before they ever get on the court. And Crystal Lake is a beautiful example of, we see Renee Nash take advantage of that role where she can toss the ball, let it drop, the officials signal a replay, and then re-signal a serve.
That's a great serve. What a great serve receive. Point, Mighty Max.
Crystal Lake South just coming out here having a good time and taking the risk to try. And look what they've done. Woo!
Not use the roundhouse that time, which is part of diversity. Point, Mighty Max. And Pete Contra would like to just settle this down and stop this momentum.
You know, interestingly enough, at 12 to 10 in favor of the Gators, this is the first time out for the Gators. And McAuley has already had both of those.
Well, Nancy Peters is probably talking to them about whatever she said the last time has been successful as they inch their way back in. They're very calm. You don't get ranked second in the country by accident. And as we look at the last point, you see the determination on Renee Nash's face.
Yep.
It was not the roundhouse serve. She showed her other serve there, and it was successful on an illegal serve receive. You see the exuberance on the Mighty Max that caused the timeout that we're in right now.
You know, sometimes in volleyball, you count on shutting a team down a little bit, blocking them, causing them to make a couple of passing errors, and then they're going to panic because they're behind. And you can never do that with a team like McAuley because they're just so confident in their ability to keep coming back at you. If you're going to put them down, you have to put them down.
It doesn't matter unless it's a game point.
You know what it looks like here is that Crystal Lake South was very well prepared for Renee Nash's side spin serve. Now she's changed it. You know, she's got a repertoire in her arsenal, and they're having a much more difficult time with just their floater.
Must be nice to have two such potent and different serves as we are all tied up on four straight points by Renee Nash.
She's caused 3 bad passes, which have led to 3 points. Now they're all tied up.
And caused is it. That ball is moving like a knuckleball out of a baseball pitcher. Nice serve receive. Outside to King and dug up by Nash. Just out of bounds on that hit by Mamie Perkins.
Mamie Perkins on the backslide. Backslide is where the middle hitter comes around behind the setter, but she's sliding. She's still jumping and sliding out to the outside when she hits across her body or hits down the line. And she hit the line judge right in the feet with that ball.
Nice hit by number 18, Monica King, as 5 straight points by Renee Nash. Prior to that,
and again, that was a changeup for Monica King. She's been hitting the ball down the line. That one was tight angle.
Dug up by King off the hit by Connors. Jamie Johnson on the shoot. Now back to Connors. Hit the net tape and just caused a timing problem for number 12, Jamie Johnson. Did not come over with the force of a usual Ryan Connors because the net tape stopped it. 13-12, 2 points away from possible game 1.
I think this is McAuley's first lead.
That's right. At least since early in the match. Very early. Nicely done. Oh, yes. Oh, what a block by Mamie. Unfortunately, net contact by the Gators. Point.
Michelle Paul just caught the net as she was going by.
And Pete Contra calls his second timeout. Both teams have used theirs. It is 14-12, a Mighty Max, game 1. Nancy Peterson emphasizing something with Ryan Connors right now.
Trying to tell her, yeah, Ryan, that was really good, that last hit that you did. You know, just let's use more of it. Really came through and cranked on the ball. Was able to dig it back up.
The one thing that's always amazed me about McAuley, maybe particularly this year with their balance, is the fact that many teams look rushed getting somewhere. They always appear to be in the right place.
They are.
They may make an error, but they're there.
They are, and you see that last expression from Christine Schisler, who managed to just touch the ball and score a point for her team.
Nancy Bell on the serve. Ball never cleared the net, and game number 1, after much struggle and an outstanding play by Crystal Lake South, goes to the Mighty Macs, as you see them happily trot to the other side and held up because they've got to check the official score. And it is official. They will switch sides and go to game 2, and if it's anything like the first one, we are in for a continued treat.
This has been a great match.
Don't go away. The Gators and the Mighty Macs have lots more to show you. We'll be right back. What an all-state trio for the Mighty Macs. Ryan Connors, Sun-Times Player of the Year. Allison Fraser, the senior who's never started before. And Katie Shoemaker, the 6'1" junior in the middle. That is tough to face.
You know, and I think it's worth talking just for a few seconds about Allison Fraser. No, she didn't expect she was going to be starting, and she has a work ethic that is apparently huge. And Nancy Peterson was telling us that yesterday, in the middle of the state tournament, you know, they had a practice session, and they were down there practicing. They practiced for about an hour and a half, and Nancy asked the team, well, guys, are you comfortable? Are you pretty set? You know, and everybody goes, yeah, coach, you feel pretty good. Allison Fraser goes, well, no, I mean, like, I'd like to set 50 more balls, and I want to do the backslide, and then I'd like to block 20 balls, and then I'd like to work on my serve, and then I think I'll be comfortable. And everybody just went, oh, but they did it, you know. And Nancy said every time she goes to have a water break, you know, there you see her delivering the ball. She goes on the water break, guzzles down the water, picks up a ball, starts setting against the wall. And it is that work ethic, that work, practice, carry the ball, think this is what you want to be, pursue your dream, that has made her the starting setter on the #2 ranked team in the country.
It hasn't hurt that she carries a 4.3 GPA out of 4, and if you have a setter that's bright and can do the kinds of things that work ethic like that, you've got the whole package, and what a wonderful young lady and starter she has proved to be. It does prove that hard work does pay off.
It does pay off.
And that's true for these Gators as well as number 13, Michelle Paul, the hard-working setter on the other side, sets to serve. Just out of bounds, as the Gators say. It's all right, we'll come right back. The stats pretty even. Obviously, the digs more by Crystal Lake because there have been more attack. And more aces by McAuley. That's a little surprising since the strength of Downer South is serving. Nancy Bell unsuccessful on that one. Side out. So,
blocks are in favor of Crystal Lake.
I apologize, Downer South is in my brain because they are the 3rd place champions, and we just saw them go by, and what a fine team they are. What a wonderful semifinal match in 3 against McAuley.
They gave McAuley a run for their money also, but now we see Katie Schumacher do the thing she's famous for. Way above the net. Had the blockers beat and went to the outside.
Out of bounds. Point. Mother McAuley. So they draw first blood in the second game, and it's Ryan Connors that served it. Went deep in the court. Renee Nash off the block. 2-0. Mighty Macs.
Crystal Lake looks a little bit more concerned in this game. They don't look like they're quite having as much fun.
Liz Friesen, great dig by Nancy Bell.
Maybe this will help pep them up a little bit because the fun of it was what made them do so well in the first game. And probably nobody was having more fun than Liz Friesen.
Coming in the lineup is Mamie Perkins, the 6-foot junior. And back to serve number 17, Gretchen Young. Dug by Connors. Nice play by Shoemaker.
Yeah, that was a set to the outside to Amber Clarkson from Freeze. So she can set, she can hit. That's good.
Free ball. See if the Gators can capitalize. They go to Freeze right away. So she'll set. Oh, nice dig. Monica King off the block. And we're all tied up. The first game won by the Mighty Macs in a hard-fought battle. And we're all knotted at 2 in game 2. 2s all around. Nash goes around and no coverage cross court, side out.
When you look at Nash out on the court, she looks almost tiny. She jumps very well and she has great command over the ball. You saw her just cut the ball inside of the block on that last play.
It's a great shot to show the control, the ball control that's necessary to avoid impediments like blocks.
Great.
Great hustle. I love the comment. Tracy Marshall is a young lady who's one of the All-State players as well from Downers Grove South, and she made the comment, when I'm up there, I look around and see where I'm going to go. To be up there that long, to have that chance, and there are several players on both these teams that have that luxury.
Stacy Barnett up there and managed to get through the block. Looks real good.
Liz Freeze with a smile back on her face, serving. Nancy Bell, oh!
See that great block forming again on the part of Crystal Lake South.
And we're tied at 3.
Huge up there and sealed off.
A quick set to Shoemaker, didn't fool the Gators.
Monica King went right up there with the hitter and got her.
And Bonnie, that's the first lead in this game by the Gators of Crystal Lake South.
And it may be about this point that they started to take the lead in the last game as well.
So this game picking up right where we left off, outside to King. Oh!
Doing the same thing. She's coming down the line again with the ball. She beat the blockers there. And she is really moving.
The passing in this game is really excellent. We're getting a lot of it. There aren't free balls. It's all attacking. Compliment to both defensive teams and the transition game. To Nash, left-handed.
The multi-talented lady.
Oh!
Ryan Connors from the backcourt and meets right up with the middle blocker.
Mamie Perkins stuffed that one down. 4 straight points by the Gators with Liz Freeze at the serve. That one goes out of bounds. As Fitzpatrick says, let it go.
Serving for Mother McAuley, number 10, Katie Schumacher.
Christine Schisler will come in for the Mighty Macs. And number 19, Amber Clarkson for the Gators. Back to serve, Katie Shoemaker.
Again, we want to remind our spectators that the hoo you hear is shoo, shoo. These fans have been most appreciative of the play on both sides.
Had a little trouble with that jump serve in this match. And she'll rotate out, and coming in to replace her is Katie O'Keefe, number 1, a 5'3" senior. And back to serve is Stacy Barnett, who's getting told exactly where to serve from the bench. It's one thing to be told, it's another to be able to execute it. That's one of her best talents. Nash out of bounds. And she comes in, the serving specialist does, and gets exactly what Coach Pete Contra hoped. A point, and they go up 7-3. Back row to Connors. Oh, and it's Jamie Johnson. Point, Crystal Lake.
Again, off the left side, going after the line, right off the block. Crystal Lake has been able to very effectively, especially in the middle and later part of the game, use the block of McAuley, hitting into it, wiping off of it. There you see some of those gator teeth you love so much.
The Gator gloves, and we'll be back with more action as you look at the Gators themselves right after this. Last kill before the timeout.
They're back at it again.
Live action. Oh, Mamie Perkins on the slide.
The back three there, and just taking the ball right out of the setter's hands and just putting it down.
We talked about the weapons of Mother McAuley. Look at the 100-kill club for the Gators. 5 of the young ladies. Oh, great defensive play.
These are two teams with talent galore.
Barnett calling it out. Outside to Nash, this time right-handed. Barnett everywhere right now. Oh, and it's number 12, Jamie Johnson again. It's 10-3 Gators. And you see their happy fans. They have been so supportive. The Gator gloves that a mom made, everybody's an alligator.
Now, McAuley is having a really hard time right now, and Allison Fraser looks almost tired. And what she's having to do is come out of the serve receive, go up to the net. She's blocking, then she's setting, then she has to block again. And she's doing a great job, but they are working that setter to death, and I think that's got to be part of Crystal Lake's game plan.
Nicole Caker entering the lineup for the first time for the Mighty Macs. Replaces Schisler. Get some fresh legs. You know, Bonnie, that really could be certainly part of the factor. They had a very emotional and physically demanding 3-game match, the only one of the tournament, in fact, before the third place games. And they played later, so they've had less rest. Back to serve, Renee Nash. It'll be interesting to see if she goes roundhouse or straight ahead. Straight ahead.
Well, that's what's been effective for her against Crystal Lake.
Jamie Johnson doesn't care what you serve.
Jamie Johnson out there. This time she cut the ball inside the block and came inside rather than going down the line.
Bonnie, the Gators are smiling again. They're looser on the court.
See her on the replay come inside the block. Again, they are. They're very fired up. They're real happy out there.
And this is where Mighty Macs came back last game. Let's see if number 5, Nicole Halverson, can continue the run of points. Oh, a very unusual error.
Amber Clarkson kind of hooked that ball right into the backboard.
Service by Nancy Bell. Oh, beautifully done on the set by Michelle Paul.
For Gretchen Young, and I would be hard-pressed to guess if that was on purpose or kind of how her fingers caught the ball. Whichever way it was very effective.
You may never know, but there's a smile on Friese's face as she talks to her teammates that was gone early in this game, and it's back again. Paul back to serve. Connors in the front row, hits and then digs it back out off the block. Nice attempt on the save by Monica King, but just the set was a little bit too far outside, side out.
Now we're having a conference here between the linesperson and the referee. We're going to have a conference all the way around here.
The question is probably which side of the antenna came in. Becky Gillespie, the linesperson on that side, came up to talk with Dana Boyer, who's the up official. So the two of them are going to discuss what the appropriate call is. And this is good. This is good officiating, making sure that you utilize all of your resources and then make the correct call.
You know, again, for the officials, this is a very, very important match. They know that this is critical to both girls. And as we've mentioned before in this tournament, this is the time of their life right here. This is this is it. This is the biggest thing going. And you really have to give the officials credit for looking, talking things over, and not just making a snap decision and feeling like, you know, the pressure is there, they have to make a decision.
And they're doing an excellent job. They're talking to both coaches. They explain to both captains. Now they're explaining what the decision is to both coaches. There's no question what the issue is.
We're going to have a replay here because the linesperson did not see what the referee saw. And so there's a replay. No point, replay.
So Michelle Paul will serve again. This time out of bounds. She's a little upset with herself. Side out. Substitution, Mighty Macs coming back in. Number 2, Kathleen Fitzpatrick, and number 10, Katie Shoemaker.
One of the few, we might add, service errors for Crystal Lake South.
Very, very rare. There you see the 2-game score in this AA championship match. The Mighty Macs, the defending champs, in black, and the Gators of Crystal Lake South in white. Mighty Macs serving, that's Kathleen Fitzpatrick. They're down 3-11. And they stuffed Liz Freeze on that one. Point Mighty Macs. So after a long drought, they're back on the board with 4. And Freeze
coming in for a back 3, and she was right there. Ball coming out of the setter's hands, whack. She's right there to take it. The ball was still going up when she caught it.
Boy, Monica King on the outside has had 2 straight beautifully hit balls.
Down the line again, right through the McAuley blockers.
12-4 Crystal Lake South, and Coach Nancy Peterson wants to talk to her Mighty Macs. That's a happy bunch of Gators in there.
You know, you always have to guess what's happening with McAuley, and you always have the threat that they're kind of like an avalanche that gets stalled, and you think, oh gosh, thank gosh it's stopped, and then they start going again. There you see your fans with their Gator gloves. They are, when they get them all going, they're really wicked. And you see that hit again, go right through the McAuley block into the backcourt.
Monica King has had the last 2 hits. There's some of the painted faces. The Gator gloves were started by a mom or a couple of moms. They made them. There you just get a great look at them. And everybody wanted them. So there is a sea of Gator gloves up there.
When you see them all clapping and snapping at the same time, they look great.
They have eyes, and
there are some wicked fans over there. And
I don't know about that hairdo there.
As the Gators came out, they stripped off pieces on a sign that ended up to say, "We love our Gator fans." That's a nice way to say thanks.
Out of the timeout, deep goes the serve. They go right to Ryan Connors out of the timeout, and successfully. After that kill, she'll go back to serve.
Pretty impressive kill. And that's Nash back on track.
Point Mother McAuley. As you look at Nash, Connors has 6 kills tonight. Which has as much to do with the balance of her team and the defense of Crystal Lake South as anything else on that.
See Liz Freeze on that shot came up and just a soft, see it again, just a soft, tiny little shot right over the blocker's hands, and got called for an illegal hit.
You know, Bonnie, you talked about deception, how it's as important as in volleyball as in basketball. You see setters with deception, you see hitters with deception, and the whole key is making it believable.
Exactly. And always what a setter is trying to work for is to create either a one-on-one situation for a hitter, so the hitter only has to go against one blocker, or actually to fake everybody right out of their socks and get their hitter up there faster than a block can form.
Razor to serve. Entering the lineup for the Gators was Jody St. Joseph. Outside to King, and it's good. King has been so effective from that left outside position.
He's been great.
Out of the middle. Nancy Bell.
Nancy Bell.
And we have a slew of substitutions here. Number 11 comes in, Nicole Caker. Number 1, Katie O'Keefe. That's just for the Mighty Macs. And Amber Clarkson in for the Gators. Molly signals them in. And back to serve Kathleen Fitzpatrick. It's a 12-5 Crystal Lake South lead. They lost game 1. The Mighty Macs trying to claw it back and win it in 2. Crystal Lake South trying to take it to 3. Nash outside. Over to King. This time blocked.
And then as they picked up off the block, got called for an illegal hit.
King a little bit long, but touch. Side out. Coming back in is the super server, number 8, Stacy Barnett.
Crystal Lake's in a mini stall here. They're holding at 12 points, and it's not that McAuley is forging ahead. They are creeping up.
Not good to get stalled against the Mighty Macs.
No, it's not.
Baker with the hit who just came in. Johnson. To Nash. And they're off that stuck. They are no longer stuck on 12. They are at 13.
It's really important against a team like McAuley to make sure that you score something every time you have the ball.
Back row. To Johnson. Yes.
Absolutely unanswered. Some kind of a mix-up in the backcourt. Ryan Connors is looking over to the bench. Ball is hit in a seam in the backcourt. And now she's coming out of the game possibly to talk to Coach Peterson.
Out of timeouts, Brittany Nelson enters on a substitution for Coach Nancy Peterson and the Mighty Macs. As Barnett tries to serve game point. They go right at the young lady who just entered. Nash, cross court, good. Monica King comes back in. And Nancy Peterson wants the substitution as well.
And Ryan Connor goes back in. And she came out on the bench and sat right down next to Nancy Peterson, and she and Nancy talked for a minute. Well, less than a minute, actually. And back in she is in the front row.
Get a look at the happy bench for Crystal Lake South. Renee Nash goes with the floater. And Connors with
maybe Perkins right up there and just caught the ball that Connors hit and didn't have the net sealed, and so it came on her own side.
One at a time. They're up to 7. 7-14, the Mighty Macs. Nice pass to Mamie, out of bounds. And all of a sudden, the Mighty Macs have strung a couple of points together, and it's never safe. Like you said, the Avalanche is sort of tipped over the edge. Can you stop it, or is it going to roll down the hill?
It feels funny out here. You can almost feel the momentum starting to change, and Crystal Lake is going to need to get the ball back.
Dig.
Ball dug beautifully.
Dug, but unable to be passed, and 3 in a row for the Mighty Macs. And Coach Pete Contra wants to talk to his charges.
You know, and this is one of those times where you see McAuley again working the ball Ryan Connor up there really uncorking on one that Crystal Lake South had a difficult time digging up. This is one of those weird times that makes you know that volleyball is a strange, weird game. There is no other game I can think of when you are 1 point away from winning the game and you feel as if, oh my gosh, if we don't do something to stop this team, we're going to be in big trouble. You know, and truthfully, McAuley has 5 or 6 points to catch up and surpass, but it's just the momentum swings in this game make it so bizarre.
You know, one of the interesting things on that replay, you saw the wonderful dig, and it probably looked like there were 4 players standing around that could have hit the ball. But of course, the ideal is to have your setter take the second hit. She's got to come all over the place to get it, and unfortunately, her momentum carried her and the ball out of bounds. Renee Nash, look at her stats for this evening. A fine evening for a great young player. She has not used the roundhouse serve so much because the floater's working so well. There, Johnson blocked out of bounds, side out. So the timeout for Coach Pete Contra serves exactly the purpose he hoped. And coming back in the lineup, number 17, Gretchen Young, and number 5, Nicole Halverson for the Gators of Crystal Lake South. And back to serve will be Nicole Halverson. What she hopes is game point. They don't want to give the Mighty Macs any more chances to come back.
Ryan Connor's had to make a big adjustment.
And there it is.
And again, back into the back seam is where the ball went. Not a hard shot, a soft shot, but it was placed beautifully. Who'd have thunk it, Ann?
A lot of people did not believe this would go 2-3 games, but Coach Pete Contra had his Gators believing. In the huddle before the game, they came out loose, and right now we are all tied up. 1 game to go to end the season for somebody at the state championship. Don't go away. We've got lots more exciting action. We'll be right back. Football has its Super Bowl, we have the World Series, and for volleyball, it's game 3 in any championship match. And here it is. You see the intensity on the faces of these young ladies on the most exciting night of their young lives.
You know, talk about a fake out. When we talked to the coach from Crystal Lake, right after their semifinal win, Coach Pete Contra told us, well, he just, you know, this was one of those things. He just didn't know, but they were in the finals and they would just do the very best they could. And I think all along he knew that they were capable of playing this way. You look at the stats here, kind of even. Crystal Lake better on the kills this time. McAuley better on the digs because they were getting the harder end of that. And Crystal Lake, as they have in both games, leading in blocks, and it has made a huge difference. I don't think, Ann, that there are many people in the state of Illinois who know and care about volleyball would have dreamed that Crystal Lake South could have taken McAuley to a 3rd game, and now it's anybody's.
Well, and it's a wonderful thing for athletics. You know, that's why you don't mail in the results. That's why you play it, and why coaches say on any given day.
On any given day, there are always possibilities. There are always possibilities.
Well, not only do the team that has serving as one of their strengths, they are going to start out with a serve, having won the toss. And it'll be Michelle Paul. Goes deep. Ryan Connors comes out and blew it by. That's as hard as she's hit one.
That is, and she has got to be knowing right now that she and her team are back up against it, and they have got to really come back strong in this 3rd game.
And she does, 2 in a row, this one for point.
That was incredible to see Liz Freeze over on the left side of the court, reach up to tip the ball over, and then run all the way over to the right side to block over there.
Patrick with the serve. You saw the intensity of the look on Ryan Connor's face. She just said to her team, it's now. We want it now.
Now, we just got a note, and the Crystal Lake South coach, Pete Contra, told his team, stay calm and just do it, and we'll win. So we'll see.
Well, he's got them believing. There's no doubt about that. And he's made believers out of this crowd here at Redbird Arena as well.
and that's the job of a coach.
Oh, outstanding.
Oh, what a great defense.
What a point.
Volleyball at its finest. The ball well set, hit off the block, dug, played, back over the net.
And another one by Crystal
Another
Lake,
one
this
just
time
like it.
Halverson. Back to serve, Ryan Connors. Nice serve. Oh, a missed time. One of the very few by Michelle Paul.
Very few.
Point McAuley. They take the lead 2-1. Decisive game in the match. This is number 3. All the marbles. Oh. There's hitter. Right-at hitter, number 18, Monica
King. Wow.
Down the line all night long with success. And coming into the lineup for the Gators, number 14, Mamie Perkins, as you get a look at that last hit by King. Huh. Before the block could get there, it was already gone, and Ryan Connors was looking for where did it go. Gretchen Young to serve. And there she picks up on the Shoemaker slide. Oh, freeze.
I think that is the first real mishit we've seen from Freeze all evening long.
But look at her face after that.
It's a happy girl.
That's how they looked in game 1 and as they went along in game 2. Coming in the lineup, number 2, Jody St. Joseph, the defensive specialist, and back to serve the quarterback of the Mighty Mex, Allison Fraser. And right back was number 20, Liz Freeze, side out. And she'll go back to serve. Nice serve. Beautifully dug. Net violation by the Gators. Negated a long hit by Katie Shoemaker. Side out. Entering the lineup, Amber Clarkson for the Gators, and number 11, Nicole Kaker for the Mighty Mex, as well as Katie O'Keefe.
And entering for the Gators will be number 19, Amber Clarkson.
Back to serve, Katie O'Keefe.
That's Renee with the same shot that she has been successful with almost all night long. A tight angle shot comes, cuts the ball inside the blockers. She's very, very fast off a shoot set.
On the off speed this time. Outside to King. This time a little bit tough to hit, side out. For the Gators, here comes Barnett, who was such an instrumental server in the last game. She's the one that came in and had all the points and the intensity. Kaker wins the battle at the net. Side out. And Monica King will re-enter for Barnett. And Nash goes back to serve. That ball has absolutely no rotation. Mamie Perkins with the kill. It's like a revolving door with the substitutions. The deep bench of Crystal Lake South has a bunch of specialists who just play maybe even one position.
That's right. That's right. And we are still very young in this game. 1-3 in favor of McAuley, and we're throwing a lot of subs in here.
Probably fitting. This is about as tight as it's showing exactly how the match has been.
Yep.
Out of bounds.
Touch on that ball.
Touch was called. Side out. Ryan Connors.
Ryan Connors. Let's go of another blistering hit.
Boy, everybody started to celebrate almost a bit too soon.
All right, Gretchen Young with a nice soft shot, just enough to throw off the timing.
It was almost picked up on a pancake by McAuley. Well, that was close. Paul to serve. We're through second rotation. Out of bounds. Again, a very unusual. It's the second service error for the Gators. And back in the lineup for the Mighty Macs, number 2, Kathleen Fitzpatrick, and number 10, Katie Shoemaker.
Ryan Connors going over the block that time. Only a little bit too far over the block that time, and out of bounds.
And back to serve. Jamie Johnson. And they go right at her. And Point Gators, they had been in a bit of a drought, but they are back scoring again. This has been an all-out war. Two teams, and what a play by Allison Fraser on the nice left-hand tip. You got to have eyes all over to see that.
You know, and it's really been a beautiful display by two teams that obviously love the game. They know how to play the game, and they are out here just showing what they can do.
Out of bounds. Point, Mighty Macs. 5-2, Mother McAuley, game 3, championship match. All the marbles right here, and two heavyweights slugging it out. It's one of the few errors down the line. Monica King, just wide.
Just rotated a little too much on that ball and cut it out of bounds. A little too flat on the shoot. A little hard for Monica King to come in.
And Pete Contra, as you see the Mighty Macs exhorting their teammates, calls timeout.
And this is the first time, I believe, also in the whole match that Crystal Lake South has taken the first time out.
Well, we'll be back with more action after Pete Contra talks to his charges right after this.
McAuley comes back with a service error, which is exactly what Pete Contra wanted, something like that to happen. And it did, and gives Crystal Lake South a chance to come back with the ball.
Trying to do it is Gretchen Young. Renee Nash, out of bounds. Touched. lineup. Number 2, Jody St. Joseph for the Gators. And back to serve, Allison Fraser for the Mighty Macs. You see the Crystal Lake South bench and the intensity on those faces. King.
That's more like what we were used to seeing from Monica King, using the block, hitting the ball out of bounds, off the block.
She's had such an important rotation with Freeze in the back row.
Absolutely.
Back in comes Amber Clarkson, Nicole Kaker, and Katie O'Keefe. As you look at the kills, Mother McAuley having the best of it 2-1 in this game. And sometimes the score doesn't show it. In this game, they are up, indicating that. O'Keefe preparing to serve. Her team leads 7-2. Rubber game of the match. Nice serve and nice dig by Johnson. Oh, don't celebrate too early. Mamie Perkins started to celebrate.
She
the Macs
did.
are still digging out. It turned out okay.
I was right with her, I have to say.
It was. If I were able to stuff somebody like that, I'd be excited too. Watch, you're seeing the end of the play. She'd already started to celebrate, and there's the illegal hit. Side out and back to serve. Barnett. Stacy goes deep to Connors. Outside to Johnson and down to the block. They're off dead center with a score. 7-3, Mighty Macs. You know, Bonnie, there are no weak spots on Mother McAuley, but it's interesting that they too are picking on Ryan Connors.
Yes, they are.
Maybe not so much as a weak situation, but to wear out a little bit. A nice hit. Barnett was unable to pick up, playing back row defense. So Renee Nash will take over. Out of bounds, point, Mighty Macs. They lead 8-3. Renee Nash, who's been an outstanding server, is using the floater tonight. Mamie Perkins on the slide. Cross court to Johnson. That ball never got over the net. Just a little bit low, and there was a big block there waiting for it if it did. Point, Mighty Macs. Let's see that come off the net tape, not off the block.
Right.
So I'm not sure the result would have been any different.
Well, hard to say.
They had timed well. Out of bounds, side out, and back in lineup, Halverson and Gretchen Young for the Gators. As you look at Renee Nash after the side out, Barb Maui substitutes them in. This has been a very, very long game and match for these kids.
It has. It has gone very long. Transition play has been outstanding.
But there's nothing to rest for. It's over tonight. As Ryan Connors puts an exclamation point on that one out of the middle. And turns it over to Nancy Bell. They lead 9-3. Won the first game, lost the second, and are trying to win their 10th championship, their second in a row. Coming back in, number 20, Liz Freeze, as you look at Nancy Bell. Gives a few words of encouragement to Amber Clarkson, and Michelle Paul will serve. Baker blocked. O'Keefe with the uncommon back row hit. Johnson on the free ball. Great rally, Bonnie.
It's great transition play on both teams. They just keep going and going and going.
And you might even forget, that was so long we forgot who was serving, but it was the Gators.
Whoa. Watch this happen again. Triple block on Ryan Connors in the middle. Ball hit and off the block, out of bounds.
That one found a spot. That is down by Connors, side up. And coming back in, Shoemaker and number 2, Kathleen Fitzpatrick, in for the Mighty Macs. They are wearing black, and they are on the far court, as the camera shows you. In white in the near court, the Gators of Crystal Lake South. Back to serve, number 2, Kathleen Fitzpatrick. As you look at Ryan Connors' work so far this evening, and of late, she's been dominant in the middle. Dig by Halverson. And Shoemaker. Oh, what a rally.
Shoemaker puts the ball down. High outside set on the right side, and it goes down the line, and that's all she wrote.
She's been very successful, that slide. Now she'll come out of the middle. A net violation. Wouldn't have mattered. It went down. All of a sudden, it's 11-4 Mighty Macs, and you see the excitement on their faces as they go to Nancy Peterson's huddle to talk about 4 more points they'd really like to have.
And again, you know, when this match is over, regardless who wins, both teams will know that they have been in a dogfight. They will know that they have been extended the way that state champions should be extended. The team that loses will know that they did everything they possibly could, and you can't ask for more. You just can't ask for any more. It's been a far more exciting match, I think, than we ever bargained for, and either team will be a wonderful champion.
Both teams will go away proud knowing they left everything on the court this evening.
No
Nothing was
regrets.
left. No regrets. The fans have also put in a couple of days hard work, as you see those Gator gloves.
They sure have.
And Fitzpatrick still serving. 11-4 Mighty Macs, game 3. Block out of bounds, so out of the timeout. Pete Cotra's charges do exactly what he hopes, as you see Shoemaker talking to her teammates. And back to serve Jamie Johnson, who's had a wonderful tournament and an outstanding championship match. Halverson has been everywhere. She is getting her hands on those balls. What a defensive player she has been.
Just makes second and third effort all the time for the ball.
To freeze, picks on Bell. Shoemaker on that slide again, point Mighty Macs. Oh.
Off in the timing there with Gretchen Young coming in just a little bit late.
Well, Bonnie, if Ryan Connors is able to serve this out, it would put a rubber stamp on a stellar career for the senior, and maybe very fitting. Game, match, and championship point, Ryan Connors. Outside. Not yet, says.
Not yet.
King with a great hit down the line. Coming back in the line at number 14, Mamie Perkins. Coach Pete Cotra said to his team, 1 point at a time. They've got 10 to make up. Don't doubt them for a second, but it is a long road to hoe. Point, Gators with Gretchen Young serving.
Yeah, and you mentioned the fact that the Gators are going at Ryan. I think that has been strategy on the part of several teams, because if you go at Ryan all the time and make her work all the time and do everything, maybe you can shut her down from doing those things that she does so well.
It's not because she's easy to serve to.
Not at all. And
Shoemaker varies the hit, keeps the southland dug up, unable anybody else to grab it. And now the chance is the senior captain, Allison Fraser, with a chance to close out her storybook career here at Redbird Arena. And again, it's King.
Not yet.
It's Liz Freeze for the Gators. Gators in white, McAuley in black. Side out to Mother McAuley.
You know, it's as if Crystal Lake South keeps saying, if you win this, if you become the champions, we want you to remember who is breathing down your neck the entire time.
And who made you earn it.
That's right. And who pushed you to it. But it's not over yet.
Shoemaker back to serve. Mighty Macs leading 14-5. Shoemaker known for the jump serve. Unable to get it in this time. Side out to the Gators. That last point is always very hard to get, and no guarantee of getting it. As we've seen in this match, we've had teams down 11-2 twice come back to win.
Yes, we have.
King with a good serve. She not only hits from the outside, but also is a stellar server. Monica King, 6-14 Gators. Almost long, played by O'Keefe. Connors that time.
Give me it back.
Renee Nash, it's her turn. Can she make championship point? The one on her serve.
These Gators are incredible, absolutely incredible.
They are so impressive. The show they have put on this evening. Look at their faces, pride. Oh, you saw two diametrically opposed reactions from benches. Hard to tell which one was happy with that result. And point Gators. 1 point at a time, and Nancy Peterson says, we want to talk about this. We don't want you to go any more points. Back and forth, putting it on the line, no rest. Here's the last point as we look at the smiling faces of the Gators. Connors into the net, a rare hitting error.
But they do happen. But again, the Gators' determination to stay in here and to stay with this game has been just unreal.
There's no doubt that McAuley has played with significant pressure. Let's listen to what we can and hear what's been going on in the net. We can't hear it, but I have no doubt they're saying, let's stop this right now. We only need 1 point. Do what you know you need to do.
That's right.
See the first game to McAuley, the second to the Gators of Crystal Lake South, and this third one on the brink are the Mighty Macs. Ryan Connors with a quick, you show how quick her arm swing is. That's her signature.
It is. Very, very well-skilled athlete.
Now Nancy Bell, the last in the rotation for serving. Could it be this will be the championship point?
Oh, what a dig. Mamie Perkins did everything you can do.
But Ryan Connors, back-to-back. And the championship belongs to Nancy Peterson and the Mighty Macs of Mother McAuley.
What a beautiful championship match, Ann. You couldn't have asked for anything more.
If you are a fan that for the first time has seen high school volleyball, you have just been treated to an exhibition, a show of the best high school sports has to offer. In the drama, the emotion, and the talent displayed here on the Redbird Arena floor this evening.
The intensity with which both teams played, the courage and the determination that Crystal Lake South brought into the match is an inspiration and a lesson for all of us.
The emotion on the Mighty Macs are those of state champions. Relief, excitement, and a night they will never forget. And we'll be back with more right after this. The runners-up in the state of Illinois, the Gators of Crystal Lake South, accepting their trophy. And well-deserved it is. No
Right.
tears.
There could have been 2 state championship trophies out there. Both teams played like champions.
A true case of 2 winners tonight, and the Mighty Macs of Mother McAuley claiming their 10th championship trophy. They had to earn it, having to go 3 games twice. There can't be any better farewell for Ola Bundy than a championship match of this caliber tonight, and the 1A as well. Let's take a look at the last point of tonight.
Ryan Connors delivering the knockout punch, the facial, to Crystal Lake South. Taken by Jamie Johnson on behalf of her teammates. And the struggle and a fight the whole way. It was a beautiful match. And you can see just how hard that ball is hit. And you can see the resiliency of the players because she got right up.
Well, it was an exclamation point on a season of outstanding play and a championship match to boot. And Bonnie, it's been great working with you. For Bonnie Beach, I'm Ann Penstone saying so long till next year. It's been a wonderful farewell tour for Ola Bundy. Tonight's championship matches have been produced and directed by Bob Albrecht. Our graphics coordinator is Matt Lake. Production manager Sheila Brown. Coordinating producer is Dave Turner. The executive producer is Kathy Karp. Vice President of Program is Mike Bogad. Remote facilities have been provided by Trio Video. Once again, our girls champions are the Knights of Breeze Mater Dei and the Mighty Macs of Chicago Mother McAuley. The proceeding has been an exclusive presentation of Sports Channel.